hello?
Hi, did the link actually work for you?
Yeah. Yeah, did it? Okay. I.
Okay, wait. I thought it was Nicole on the other thing that did it.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Texting Nicole, and I was like, wait, I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. I think we have another person. Do you see that? Or no?
Yes. Is that Daniela?
I
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah.
Danielle. Yay!
Hi. Is yours not working? Do you want to come in here on mine? Potentially. Okay, Gabriel's just gonna come in on mine. Oh, there she is.
There she is.
Hello.
Hi. Let me turn this down.
Sorry for the hogwash. It really did work yesterday.
I think people might be confused right now because it's like the first part of the link. Like, if you look at the question section on the first link, that part where it says author user,
Yeah.
that part doesn't work if you put that in. At least I found that.
Yeah, I'm gonna repost it. Um. Okay, so you use the one. Good Lord, I don't even know.
The
Uh,
one you posted on the questions.
yeah, there were several.
Oh, okay. I don't know which one I used.
The one that has the auth user doesn't work, right?
Okay. Yeah, no, or the first part of it worked. I copied just the first part without the user part, and then it worked.
Yes. Technology is too hard. Oh, we're getting new friends. This is exciting. Okay. Holy guacamole. Oh, there's Nemo. Nemo, can you fix all of our problems? Nemo, can you hear me? Just see him
I
stare
can hear you. How are you? I'm the representative of Nicole for now.
at I'm glad you're home and you can maybe solve our problems.
Y'all solved it. We're just moving on. Hi everyone. I don't know if we've all met, but Nemo here. Pleasure to meet you.
This is Nemo. He's one of our section leaders.
Nicole wants to know, should she reply to the email and send everyone this new link?
Okay, great. Yes, that would be good. Oh, but she was blind carbon copied, so that might not work. Hang on. Can I for reals not?
Amanda's still getting, Amanda Gardner is still getting the
Um, I need you to bring out your phone. Give me 1 second, everyone.
Oh dear. Okay.
So why don't we go ahead and get started? I'm really sorry, everyone, for the delay. We had this working perfectly yesterday, and I don't know what happened to my computer. But thank you all for joining. This is actually the first year that we're doing these kinds of trainings, as you can tell. So we're really excited to have you all here. We're going to have a couple of installments of the training. So this is the first one. It's kind of an intro to being a facilitator at Central PA Hobie. So probably most of the people on this call are either new to Central PA or new to being a facilitator at Central PA. So there are just some basic things about the seminar that we want to cover with you, you know, and make sure that you're up to speed on, and that way we can all kind of get started a little bit further ahead when we get to the seminar in May. So I will turn it over to Courtney to cover the first half of our material.
Wonderful. If you all can go ahead and mute yourselves, that would be super fantastic, unless you're actually talking. Okay, the real question is, Nicole, can I share my screen? I feel like this is not a Google Hangout on air. I don't really know what I did.
Yeah, you should, if you click the little green button on the side, there's a screen share.
You're right. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen now? I clicked the button and nothing seems to have happened. Oh, there it is. Found it. It's like it's like Google Hangout Inception. Okay. Now we're dark. There it is. All right. Are we all seeing my screen? I'm going to need someone to verbally say yes.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to talk about a few things tonight. First, we'll cover what is Hobie, for those of you who have never been to Hobie before. Then we'll touch on what your roles are going to be, what you need to do, what you should expect, and maybe we might be a little bit crazy. So Hobie is a 4-day seminar with 240-ish high school sophomores coming from all over the central Pennsylvania region. That's pretty much northeastern Pennsylvania all the way down south to the Maryland line and pretty much east, not including Philadelphia. So we've probably got a good solid half the state. There are seminars all over the world, but Central Pennsylvania is obviously the best, which is why we're all volunteering for it. Hobie places a very big emphasis on leadership and service and activating change in your community and then ultimately through the world. We call the high school sophomores ambassadors and not students. I don't know why they're ambassadors of their schools, I guess, is the thing. There are typically 1, maybe 2 students from each school. So it's kind of a little bit like kindergarten, and everybody goes, I like your shirt, let's be friends. Since nobody knows anybody, it's pretty cool. Don't expect to sleep too much. We do have a schedule built in so that ambassadors get 7 hours of sleep a night. And you won't get 7 hours of sleep a night. You will get some sleep every night, but not 7 hours of sleep every night. This is a very exciting but kind of exhausting weekend. We spend all of our time in panels and listening to speakers and doing activities and volunteering and going to business sites and learning how to do mock legislation at the Pennsylvania State Capitol. So we, ply the students with lots and lots of candy to keep them awake and motivated. So that's one of the things that will be on your packing list, is to bring candy of all different types. You will find out if anyone in your group has any sort of allergies, so you can avoid nuts if you need to, things like that. And also to keep energy up, there will be lots and lots of cheering. We will teach some to you. TA, which is the team alumni, they're high school juniors and seniors who went to Central PA Hobie their sophomore year. They're sort of a logistical team. They lead the cheers, they set up rooms, they break down rooms, they help with traffic flow, they hand out stickers for everybody's name tags. You will see them. They will be very loud, but they are pretty awesome. They're an awesome group. Are there any questions at this point? You can just unmute yourself and talk because I can't see you.
And can we just, if you're totally new to Hobie, can you just like give a little wave in your camera?
Wait, I want to see. Nope, that's not it.
Okay, so if you are an associate facilitator this year, can you give a little wave in your camera? Okay, great. And if you're a facilitator? Okay, perfect. Okay, well, this has really blown my mind. Courtney, can you, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, stop. Okay, so we have, in addition to the associate and facilitator and associate facilitator roles, so facilitator is someone who's 21 or older, that's a Hobie adult. An associate facilitator is someone who's out of high school and between 18 and 20. In addition to the associates and facilitators, we have section leaders, which we might sometimes call cats, and section assistants, who we might sometimes call kittens. Section leaders will be reaching out to you in a few weeks once we get pairings together and put people into their sections. There are 8 of them. They're super awesome. They're going to be leading your section and helping with fundraising efforts and being sort of mediators of information between their sections and Beth and I, because we have 64 people, so having 8 people report to us is a little more manageable, and then we can say, hey, 8 people, go tell your 8 people this bit of information, and it makes our team meetings a whole lot faster in the evening, and it's great. So your section leader is a great resource in addition to Beth and I, to talk to about any issues that come up. They will be in touch with you and, you know, lovingly harassing you about things. So it'll be great. And each section will also have a section assistant, which is they will be associate facilitators, and they're going to sort of be the section leader's assistant, and also Courtney Beth assistants, and also Nicole program assistants. So every day Nicole is going to be pulling them out and giving them the nitty-gritty details on the program for the next day, and then in your section time they will go through and be able to answer any questions that you have about the program for the next day. So that's sort of a new thing that we're doing this year, with the section assistants being part of Nicole's program team as well, and we're all super stoked about it because we do like to keep our team meetings to about lightning fast 10 minutes so that everyone can go to bed on time and get more than, you know, a few hours of sleep. So as a facilitator or an associate facilitator, you're going to be leading a group of probably about 8 students, but maybe up to 10. You're going to be an awesome leader and role model for them with your awesome pair who will, you know, if you're an associate, they'll be a facilitator, vice versa, to help make the most out of their Hobie experience. It'll be awesome. All of them are so great. It's just so exciting. I was a facilitator for 5 years, I think. I kind of miss it. It was fun. The kids are great. Nicole, is this still me? I think so.
No, I can go for it.
Go for it. Yeah.
What we have here are basically just some expectations of the facilitating team. So the first thing is definitely to be present. So, you know, be there physically and mentally throughout the whole seminar. Make sure you're able to attend the entire seminar because your group is really counting on you, and you'll develop, you know, a really close bond with them, and it would be sad if you had to leave early. So make sure you don't have to leave early. You know, we also ask the ambassadors and would ask you two to kind of like limit your cell phone use and really be focused and kind of in the moment. We are going to have some social media stuff this year, so that's exciting. So they'll be able to use their phones for that, you know, as can you. But, you know, we just ask that you kind of try to give the seminar as much attention as you can. To be enthusiastic, you must act enthusiastic is one of our favorite cheers at Central PA Hobie. And I think, honestly, it's one of the biggest and sometimes most challenging parts of being a facilitator, is really maintaining a positive attitude and, you know, spreading that positive attitude to your group, even when you're exhausted, even when you're on, like, your 5th speaker of the day and you're tired and you don't really want to be there anymore either. It really does make a difference for you to, you know, keep on that happy face and kind of encourage your ambassadors and, you know, tell them that they can push through and continue plying them with candy as needed. But your attitude really does make a difference, and you kind of set the tone for your whole group. So if you're paying attention to speakers, if you're engaged, and you're excited, they're going to be much more likely to be all of those things too. I think another really important role for a facilitator, especially I would say associate facilitator, is making everyone in the group feel welcome. And for you guys who are associates, this is really important because sometimes your facilitator is going to be kind of busy doing administrative things. They might be doing, you know, scoring sheets for the WLC selection process. They might be trying to lead group conversation. You know, whatever it is, they're really going to rely on their associate facilitator to really make an effort to include everyone in the group. So, you know, if there's someone who isn't really participating, maybe you as the associate can kind of take them aside and have more of a one-on-one conversation with them, or help kind of coach them out of their shell and bring them into the group participation. But that's definitely something that I know I've always relied on my associates for, you know, the past few years. And so that's a really big role, especially, I mean, for facilitators as well, but especially for associates to do. And we will have a later training about engaging all types of ambassadors. So that'll go a lot more into depth about, you know, how to kind of deal with the super dominant personality, or, you know, a really talkative personality, or the texter who's always on their phone. So we'll go into more detail on that in one of the future trainings. And then the thing that's most important to me as the vice chair of program is that you're helping the ambassadors really get the program. So, you know, I can only do so much. I can set up all these great activities and, you know, the great session at the Capitol and everything. But you guys are the ones who have one-on-one interaction with your ambassadors. And so there are a lot of things that could just go completely over their heads without your help. So we'll give you kind of coaching again in a separate training session on how to make those discussions happen, you know, and how to really make them meaningful and kind of like drill down into what each of those sessions is trying to get across to the ambassadors. But we're definitely relying on the facilitating team to make those discussions happen, you know, and kind of make sure that the ambassadors leave with a sense of, you know, the values of Hobie and everything we were trying to instill in them throughout the weekend. And then the last duty, which is probably the most fun duty of the facilitating team, is to bring the swag, the candy, and stickers. So for those of you who have been at Hobie before, you've certainly seen the swag. Oh, do you have a question, Jamie?
Granola bars are good too.
What?
Granola bars are good too.
Yes, granola bars instead of candy, also very welcome. And the swag is always something kind of fun that, you know, is totally up to you and your facilitating partner about what theme you want to do, what kind of fun, you know, it's a really cool way on the first day to kind of have everyone come in. You meet your ambassadors for the first time, and they have all this like stuff in front of them that they can play with, and, you know, kind of gives them a feeling of group unity right off the bat, that they're all in kind of the same theme, outfits or hats or whatever crazy stuff you come up with. So it's definitely, you know, a big, and it also helps them know right off the bat, like, okay, this is not going to be a normal leadership seminar. This is not going to be what I was expecting. So it really does set the tone. And that's something you can ask your section leader about if you need ideas for themes or what types of stuff to bring. That's definitely something they can give you more info on. And then stickers are just always something that's fun. People really like to decorate their name tags with them on the first day. So, you know, just something good to have around. There's always extras hanging around too. TA is infamous for handing out their stickers, so they'll have some as well in case you don't.
And we will have a ton in the facilitating team room because I have an entire folder of them because every year I said I wouldn't buy more and every year I did. So Beth and I will have some too.
It's like a good chance to feel like you're back in elementary school, do all this fun, crazy stuff. Can you go to the next slide? Perfect, thank you. So just to kind of set your expectations for the seminar, those of you who have been there before, you know there's going to be a ton of amazing people. You know, if you've been on TA before, you've certainly, I'm sure, made a lot of friends on TA. I think the facilitating team is awesome because you'll get to know one person particularly well, so you're either facilitator or associate, you know, that you get paired up with. And that's something that's really cool because it's like a very close relationship and you spend basically the whole seminar with them. So that's something that's really fun. As we mentioned before, you're really not going to sleep at all. If you're transitioning from TA to the facilitating team, this is something that may surprise. I think you'll get less sleep than you did on Team Alumni, so just be prepared for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Courtney said, we try to make...
You no longer get bed checked, so...
Yeah, so it's also, right, sort of like a self-inflicted pain but fun thing where you want to see all your friends and catch up with people from last year, you know, and that's totally up to you, but I definitely have gotten less and less sleep as the years have gone on, so just something to be prepared for. You know, we're going to be doing a lot of cheering. It's really important as a facilitator, again, with the idea of kind of like setting the tone for your group, to make sure that you are being enthusiastic about cheering, even if it's not your personal favorite, because your attitude really will wear off on your ambassadors. And they're definitely going to be at least one person, if not more, in your group who's hesitant about cheering and not excited about it. So if you aren't excited about it either, it's going to be really hard to convince them to do it. So just kind of put on your happy face and be a role model for them because some of them will certainly need it. You're also going to get to experience lots of cool stuff. So if you haven't been to the Capitol building, at least since you're an ambassador, it's a pretty cool experience to have as a facilitating team member. As well as the offsites, and so that's all really cool activities that you're going to have throughout the seminar. And then I think the last thing is just that the ambassadors are really incredible, and if you haven't been in a facilitating role before, you know, Team Alumni is really fun, and you're running around, and you get to kind of interact briefly with a lot of different ambassadors. And that's one experience, but facilitating or associate facilitating is a totally different experience. You're really creating kind of a very close bond with these, 8 to 10 students, and they really look up to you as a role model, which is kind of cool because some of you may only be, a couple of years older than them, but they really will look up to you and, kind of rely on you throughout the seminar to be their leader and look to you when they have questions or issues or any kind of concerns, and you'll really get to know them and kind of see like firsthand all the great ideas that they're coming up with, I think like Marshmallow Tower is one that always kind of impresses me where I'm like, wow, this person is so creative, like they just came up with the most unique way of bending spaghetti and tearing marshmallows, and I'm like, I can't believe these kids thought of that, but it's really cool, and some of the discussions you'll have with them are, I think, much more than a lot of people would expect of high school sophomores. So it's definitely a great experience, and great to get to know some of these students a lot better. And then you'll maintain a relationship with them in a lot of cases. And for me, it's been great, like as a facilitator throughout the years, to kind of get to follow them like on Facebook and see that they're now all in college and, doing really great things. So it's a pretty cool experience. And if you haven't been to Hobie before, but it looks like everyone has, yes, we're a little crazy. If you aren't already into it, you definitely will be by the end of the seminar. And like I said, facilitating is a totally different experience from anything you might have done involved with Central PA Hobie before, and we're really excited to have you guys on board. So I'll pause there. Does anyone have any questions for us? Is everyone excited about, like, does anyone have any concerns about facilitating? Anything they're kind of nervous about, anxious about doing? Okay, what part of facilitating are you most excited about? Anyone?
What? Someone else?
Yeah, Jamie?
I love how the ambassadors totally transform over the course of 4 days. It's absolutely stunning every single year, and each person kind of goes on their own trajectory and realizes some of their own personal sort of visions. But I remember it vividly as an ambassador, and it was really life-changing for me. Just, I think, being with so many people you've never met before who are all so interesting is just untouchable experience. So it's fun to watch and help.
Anyone else have something they're excited for about facilitating? Anyone? No one else is excited about being a facilitator or associate? Okay. Courtney, do you have anything else you wanted to cover?
I did, but I don't know where I wrote it down. Oh, the newsletters. You should... Let me see if that one came out yet. It should have. Yep, you should have gotten an email about half an hour ago, and read it and love it and mark the next dates on your calendar. And if you haven't already started fundraising, you should start that. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me and Beth or Mike Zayden. If you don't know him, we can point you his direction. He's like the king of fundraising and has a million different ideas about a million different ways you can fundraise. And once you get your section leader, they're awesome resources as well. So if you have any questions or concerns or any hesitations or anything, Beth and I are always here for you, so you can call us, beep us if you want to reach us. All of our contact information is in every one of our MailChimp newsletters, and if you're not getting them, please drop us a line to tell us that. We have had a couple of different issues, which has just been kind of annoying. So it's important that you're getting those and reading those, because there is going to be important information, especially as we get closer and closer to the seminar, you know, like where to park and what time you should be there and the things you need to pack. And, oh yeah, your group list is going to come out through there. So, you know, we want to get that squared away sooner rather than later. So I think that's all I have. Nicole, is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, no, just that I'm really excited that everyone joined, and thank you, and feel free to follow up with me as well if you have any questions. And we're really excited to have you on the next couple of trainings as well. So one is about facilitating group discussion, because it's something that can be kind of challenging, especially as a first-year facilitator, because it can be super awkward at times where, like, no one is talking in your group. You know, so it's definitely a skill to be developed, and hopefully we can give you kind of some pointers on how to start to develop that. You know, and it's something that you'll get better at over the years as you continue to be on the facilitating team. But hopefully we can get you off on the right foot. And then also engaging all types, which, as I mentioned, is really important to kind of helping your group dynamics and making sure everyone feels included and gets the most out of the seminar. So we're really excited to see you on those 2 trainings as well, and hopefully we'll have our technical issues resolved before that point. And thank you all again for your patience tonight. I think that's it.
Yep, and hopefully we can figure out how to share this recording with other people.
Yes. If not, we'll record Sundays and post that one. It's okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining, everyone, and have a good
Thanks,
rest of
everyone.
the
Bye.
Bye. Alright, do I just hang up?